All right, comp plans. We're getting into comp plans for network marketers and business opportunities online and all that. And we're doing a series of this. For those of you who do not know who we are Valerie and Sunny Walton. We are certified, award-winning online business coaches, mentors, trainers, and we definitely have a lot of experience and expertise in taking a look at network marketing comp plans. So we figured, why not help the folks that have some difficulty trying to figure out, how comp plans work exactly, what you're going to get paid, and having this information before you make the commitment of signing a legal contract when you join these companies, right? So today we're jumping into, what is it?
Starfish or Life Info app or whatever it's called.
Okay.
It has a couple of different names, but I think the actual perks programs called Starfish. So yeah, that's what we're looking at. And so let's just pull this up.
Okay, cool.
Alrighty. Okay, so this is the updated one as of June of this year. So we're good to go. All right, so how do we want to start out? We want to jump straight into the numbers because there's a whole bunch of text here.
This part right here, which we want to get into with you guys, like what you should be looking at and what it means for you. So yeah.
Okay, so let's get to the money. Okay, so we got retail sales, margins, bonuses, and contests. So first things first, you kind of want to know what you're going to make when you make a sale, like you directly, right? Yeah. And so what it looks like it's saying here is that you earn 25% of the PV. Should I do annotations or?
You can if you want.
Yeah.
So
go ahead.
I was going to say, first of all, knowing what PV is, if you go back up to this line up here, you'll see it stands for point value. A lot of times with comp plans, the way that they pay you is not necessarily based on the actual dollar amount that's being spent inside the company. It's they assign a certain amount of points to, the dollar or a certain amount of cents or whatever. Like the ratio, like for this one, the ratio is for every $1.2, you get 1 point approximately. So even that's not an exact amount, right? So that's what we want to pay attention to. So just to make it easier, they're telling you, you're going to get 25% of the point volume in dollars.
You earn 25% on the PV of the products you merchandise as a first-time sale. Lots of things to highlight. And then you also earn 25% on any Starfish, Royal Starfish platform. So these are different platforms. And then 15% to every other month. So the first month you earn a 25% on everything they buy in that first month. And then for the ongoing months, you earn 15%.
Yep. Now, just from first look, looking at the percentages, that's pretty average, pretty good. Typical network marketing companies will give you anywhere from 5 to 15% of a commission. So the fact that they're giving you the 25, a lot of times that grabs people's attention, but just remember the 25 is just for that first month they buy. Every month after, it's going down from 25 to 15. So just keep that in mind too.
All right, there's a customer pool bonus. In addition to retail sales commissions, you can also earn money based on your total registered customer sales each quarter of the calendar year. The amount will vary according to the overall sales performance of the company and your total sales amount, but a minimum of at least $50 is guaranteed to all qualifiers with no limits on the upside amount. So in order to be eligible for this bonus, a member must have accumulated at least 1,000 in PV and registered customer sales that quarter. These bonuses will be paid out 4 times a year in a month following the end of the quarter. So,
well,
1,000 PV. So let's, on average, let's say, every customer is 100, doing 100 PV, then you would need to register 10 people every 3 months. not every 3 months, every quarter. They're talking about calendar quarters. So we're talking about March, March,
Yeah.
June, those particular months. So
Yeah, you also want to remember the 1,000 PV, if they're saying it's approximately $1.2 per point, then you're looking at approximately $1,200 minimum that would come in that you need to have just to be eligible for this, where the least amount you'd ever get paid is $50. So the fact that this customer pool bonus is paid out quarterly and it's at the end of that quarter, to me, knowing comp plans, this is not the best customer pool bonus I've seen. It's really not. I mean, it's nice they have it, but I've seen customer pool bonuses get paid out monthly instead of quarterly, and way more than $50. And they give you several pool shares. So it's not just a percentage of a piece of a maybe possible, like this is very vague for a description of a customer pool bonus as well. I've seen it where they flat out tell you for every X amount of people you bring in, then you're going to get X amount of pool shares. Now, the amount that the share is worth would vary because it depends on the performance of the company for that month. However, you would know what you can look forward to based on averages from the company. So I guess you would have to look at the averages that the company's bringing in per quarter, and you might be able to gauge some idea. But yeah, this is.
I mean, getting paid something once every 3 months, I don't like it. Plus, the like you said, the languaging is vague. They're not saying, hey, you get a certain amount of shares for every 1,000 PV over the 1,000. You know what I mean? It's just like, just depending on the performance of the company and your performance, it'll vary. I don't know.
Maybe
you get at least 50 though. That's
right. And think about that, to be promised with $50 a quarter that you're gonna only, you're getting paid 4 times a year. That's $200 for the year. Is it worth it? You have to be the judge of that, I guess.
Cumulative customer bonus. So in addition to the retail sales commission and customer pool bonus just discussed, you can also earn yet another bonus based on the total amount of registered customer sales you make in a completed calendar year. These represent additional bonuses on the same sales. Simply add up the total PV from the registered customer sales from the beginning of January through December and look for the corresponding dollar amount on the chart and determine your bonus. Oh, so this is another bonus on top of this one, but this one comes once a year. And so I guess, they're incentivizing you for signing up your own registered customers, which is cool, but once a year?
Yeah, bro, I can't get down with this. Again, you've got bills that's coming every month. You know what I'm saying? You got, your kids need something every day, and you have to be a very meticulous budgeter to get paid like this. And most of us, let's face it, are not. We're not meticulous. We're not organized with our budgeting in the way that we like. So this is just not.
You feeling?
Well, you decide. You decide for yourself with this comp plan, right? Especially, and I think that's something else. Once you've had a chance to follow us in this series and you get a chance to see, oh, okay, this is the kind of pieces of a comp plan that's the norm. And then you see something else that really sticks out like a sore thumb. And you're like, is it worth it for me to try to work this comp plan in this manner when I could go work another comp plan less and earn more? You know what I mean? Yeah.
All right, let's see. Retail sales contests. These are contests. I'm not really gonna.
Yeah, those would vary.
Okay, so customer sales requirements. So it's saying that the retail sales commission previously described as the only bonus you can receive without first meeting a monthly minimum customer sales requirement. Simply stated, the minimum monthly customer sales requirement to participate in any and all other portions of the comp plan is 50 PV or more registered customer sales. You understand, when starting a business, it takes a little time to develop customers. Therefore, the customer sales requirement is waived until the third full month following enrollment as a new life member. For example, if you enroll on April 10th, the customer requirement is waived for April, May, and June, making the member eligible to receive any of the compensation in this document during that grace period. July would be the first full month, the first month in which they would have to meet the customer requirement. So they're basically saying that if you want to get paid, you need at least 50 PV in registered customer sales. And when you first get started, they're going to waive that requirement for the first 3 months. But after that, you need at least 50 PV in order to get any type of compensation. So that's what they're basically saying there. How you feel about that?
I don't like it.
Because if somebody comes in and buys 49 PV,
right.
and I guess you would not get paid for that until it hits 50 PV. That's what I'm getting from this. And are they saying that 50 PV, you need to have 50 PV that you personally register yourself, like not your team or anything like that, is what I'm assuming. So enrollment restrictions. So what they're saying here is that, just to kind of fast forward through this, they want people to register for the product first, the membership and the platform, before they become enrolled in the business part. And you're not able to enroll in the business part unless you've been a customer for at least 24 hours, a regular member. And I guess they're doing that, just to make sure that people aren't just bringing people in as business people, that they're actually using the product and things like that. So
yeah, there's a 24-hour delay before you can become a registered customer.
No, before the 24-hour delay from
becoming a registered customer.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but so yeah, you have to wait a day.
Yeah.
Most comp plans don't have that either, but like Sonny said, I can understand why they would do that. Also, it's a really great, I know what they're doing. It's very clever. It's a really great way for them to show the FTC, look, we've got customers, because every person that comes in the business must be a customer first. You got to.
Yeah.
So it helps cover their behind for FTC.
Yeah. I don't think I've seen a company do that.
I haven't.
Yeah. All right. So for this portion of our comp plan, you will need to refer to the following performance bonus chart, which correlates total PV amounts with commission percentages. Again, you read that part.
As you make sales of life products each month, one of your goals will be to stack up as much PV as possible, right? As many points as you can, in order to qualify for the larger commissions on those sales as displayed in this chart. Y'all see the chart, right? Okay. The higher your volume, the higher your bonus percentage. And keep in mind, these performance bonus chart commissions are in addition to all the bonuses we've already discussed. Okay. The idea is that you can earn money several ways from the same customer sales.
So as soon as I saw this chart, I knew it was very reminiscent of Amway, because they have a similar, like, what do I want to call it? Not hierarchy, but it's just like a step ladder of increasing commissions as your volume increases. I'll read the rest of this and then I'll kind of say my opinions on this on this. So it says, also, as you build a sales force of life members, each of them will also generate sales for both of them and you and yourself. There may be some products purchased for personal use. As a result, you'll likely have 3 types of product volume. So you have customer volume, which is products sold to your registered customers, people who have an account. 2, personal volume, products you buy for your own use or you sell to customers directly who don't have an account. And 3, group volume, the total volume of the life members and their registered customers in your sales force. So all this PV and things counts, all 3 of these types of volume is counted. Now, I can tell you from just from.
Before you say anything, because are you about to share what you think about this? Okay, hold on. Before you say anything, I want to know from you guys, how do you feel about this chart? What is one of the first things that you pick up on it? Put it in the chat, because this is going to be interesting. So go ahead.
Yeah, at first glance, you're not going to see what I'm talking about until I say it. Okay, so this chart makes this comp plan a very top heavy comp plan. And when I say top heavy, it's suitable. It works out better for people who are going to build a very, very large team. And it makes it even more lopsided because you can keep the same percentage of a larger volume and it'll still equal more because the volume is larger. So let's say this whole thing was 10%, right? Well, 10% of 150, is not going to be, what is that, 15? 10% of 1,000 is 100. It's more because the volume is more. But here, what they're doing is not only are like your volume is increasing, but your percentage is also increasing. So it makes it exponentially larger compared to what you're getting at first. So if we actually do the math on this chart, right, the 3% of 15 is $4.50, right?
Right.
We get up to let's say this level, right? Now, if we were to keep that 3%, right, 2,500 times 3, that'd be $75. But they increased the percentage to 18%. So it's $450, right? If you're building a big team, it's cool, but you want your early people, your new people to really, really have some incentives to keep going, and you need to pay them the most money. Remember, we had a comp plan, and there's several comp plans like this, where there's gaps between ranks and volumes and what they'll pay you. Like they'll only pay you for that amount of volume until you reach the next rung of the volume, then they'll pay you that percentage. But those comp plans I liked because you actually started out earning, it was almost about 50% of the volume when you first started out. Yeah. Then as your team grew, your percentage got less and less, but your money still grew because your volume was growing.
Yeah. And if we can even like pause the share for a second. So here's the deal with this. This comp plan is very reflective of what a lot of people hate about network marketing and comp plans. This is it right here. This explains it all. The whole idea, what's one of the main things that you hear people say that don't like MLMs, right? Oh, the people that just got in, they're gonna be stuck at the bottom. Only the people at the top make the most money. Yeah. Mm-hmm. If the only comp plan they've ever seen in network marketing is this one, this would prove their point. The higher up you go, the more money you earn. So I know their intention behind it. It's not like they're trying to make you feel bad or trying to do anything, at least that I wouldn't hope. But what they want you to do is have an incentive to go as high as you can in volume, as fast as you can, so that you can hurry up and get to those bigger percentages off of bigger numbers, right? If they kept you at 3% the whole way through, you would come to soon realize, I ain't getting paid enough, no matter what level I'm on, and you'd leave. They don't want that. Yeah. So they start you off with the crappy percentages so that they do it in the hopes that you don't want to stay in the crappy percentage and you want to move up and get paid a little bit more. But with you doing that, like Sunny said, it makes it very top heavy, which means the people at the top are getting all the rewards, all the money.
Yeah. And as we move forward and they reference this list back again, you're going to see that because and I say it's reminiscent of Amway because if it's running like how Amway runs, then it's going to be a situation where a new person, let's say you as a new person come in and you're at 3%, right? Oh, however,
I'm gonna do it while you talk.
Yeah. And let's say the person above you, your upline, is at 30%,
Up here.
right? And let's say you brought someone in and you're getting, 3%, right? You brought someone in, but your upline is at 30%, you're at 3%. Your upline is going to earn more money off the person you brought in than you did.
Yeah.
Right. And they haven't gotten to this yet, but we'll get into it. And yeah, it's top heavy.
Yeah. So for example, right, let's is there a way for you to share like a blank Google Doc? Just
Oh,
pause it.
you can actually
Uh-huh.
oh, you want an actual like doc?
Yeah,
Okay.
not something you write with that little
Right.
person.
Okay. Well, not at the same time. You want to share the screen though?
Yeah, we can just flip to a new tab.
All right, I'm trying to move this out the way.
Yeah. So yeah, just a Google Doc is fine. Right, because I want to give you guys a visual of what Sunny is talking about. It just makes it easier for you to understand. Because the last thing we want to do is try to go over these comp plans with you and you're like, what? I'm lost. I know a lot of times they write these comp plans like that, which is why you got us here to help break it down for you. So this is you, right? And you are on the 150 level. So this means that you're getting 3%. Whoops. 3%, right? Now, so 150 points, you get 3% of that. That's the $4.50, right?
Mhm.
So that's what you earned, right? Sold a few products, got some folks in, whatever. And in the entire month, you earned $180. Out of that $180, you got $4.50, right? Now, you bring in someone, right? Your recruit. Your recruit does exactly the same thing as you. So guess what I'm about to do, y'all? Look at this. I'm just going to copy and paste because we ain't got all day. Okay? They do exactly the same thing. Now, maybe this is your first month where it was just you, right? Now, let's look at your second month. And let's say in your second month, you brought in somebody that duplicated, right? They're always talking about duplication. Here you go. There's some duplication, right? Your second month, you brought in someone, they did exactly what you did. Well, this now means that your organization has 300 points, right? Because if you brought in 150 and they brought in 150, that 150 and 150 is 300. So where does that put you on the chart now? You'd have to go back and look at your comp plan. You're at 300. Now you get 6%. That's nice. You just gave yourself a raise. That's pretty cool, right? So you're at 6%. What are you going to earn this month?
$18.
$18. Well, that's way more than $4.50. But now let's look at your upline. And if your upline is somebody who's at the top, this is what Sunny is saying is happening. So if you're going back to the comp plan and your upline is way up here at the 8,000 earning the 30%, right? If they've been doing that for months and then you guys come in, we're looking at month 2 and you have just added on another 600 points, right? I'm sorry, not another 600, another 300 points to their 8,000, right? So they had 8,000 plus your 300 you just brought in between you and your new person. Are you following me so far? If anybody's lost, you better put in the chat now, forever hold your peace. Okay, right? So now your upline has a total of 8,300 in points. What is their percentage though? 30. So what did they just earn?
$24.90.
Right now, granted, this is out their whole organization, but let's zoom in a little bit, like Sunny was just talking about. the fact that they're earning more from your person than you. Okay, from your person, what you earned was $18 between you and them, right? So even if all we looked at was your person, your recruit's efforts only, right? So remember, your recruit brought in 150 points, right? They're going to get paid 3%. You're going to get 6% of this. I want you to see what a difference this is. And then your upline gets 30. What I want you to see is the difference that percentages make first. Then we will show you how it reflects in the comp plan. I'm not telling you that the comp plan is paying you this, because it says in the comp plan is paying you the difference, right? But what I'm showing you is a percentage difference of why this is so top heavy. Why is it that 30% on 8,000 is such a big deal? Like, shouldn't they, right? Look at this. Shouldn't they go from, if you're starting off at the bottom, shouldn't you make more if you're doing more? I don't have a problem with that, but you would already be making more if you're doing more, even if the percentages stay the same. If you're doing more and you're getting more points, it would stay the same. That's what I'm getting ready to show you right now, the reflection of the difference. That's a big difference. Yes or no? So essentially, exactly what Sunny said is absolutely right. You are getting paid much less than your upline's getting paid, and you did the work of bringing this person in. This recruit right here, that yes, you helped them make $4.50. That's great. And then out of that, you earn $9. That's great. But your upline did nothing, didn't know these folks, and earned $45. Now, I know your upline's happy, but this can happen a lot of times in a network marketing comp plan where this is so much more than what you earned that it's imbalanced, which is what makes it top heavy. The person at the top, your upline, gets a heavier pay, much heavier. So now let's go back. Okay, so what you were saying about the fact that they get paid the difference.
Yeah, so if someone just coming in brings someone in, they got paid 3% of 150, right? That's, what is that? $4.50, right? But your upline, if they're up here, well, they actually get 27%. So they get the difference between the 30 and the 3% because y'all are at two different levels. So they actually would earn 27% of the 150.
Okay.
Which would be $40.50. You earned $4.50
right
off the person you brought in, but they earned, and now I'm not talking about they earned more, they earned way more. They earned, what is that?
So what's the actual pay
times more?
Let's write this down so that we're fair. The recruit brought in 150 points. They got their 3%. You get the difference, right? So you also get 3%. And then the upline gets the difference between where they are at 30 and where you are at 3. So where the person is at 3.
Well, since there's 6% between them, let's take another 6. So let's do 24% instead of 27, 24%. Let's do 24. Oh, yeah.
Okay, no, I get what you're saying because you're at 6%. Okay, cool. You would be at 6% at that point.
Right.
So they make the difference from you. They're at 30, you're at 6, they would get 24%. What's the
$36?
$36. Still a big difference. It really don't matter though. It doesn't even matter. That's what this looks like.
It's almost not fair.
Because here's a question. How many people are going to make it all the way to the top?
Very small percentage.
Less than 1%.
Yeah, less than a fraction of 1%. Now it's okay to have percentage differences to incentivize, ranking up, right? I mean, you really don't have to incentivize everybody. You want to rank up, but having that percentage be a smaller difference, like I can see a difference of, we've seen a difference of like, you can start at 10% and you can go up to 20%.
Right.
Right? A 10% difference, right?
Right.
A double. This is like 10x. It's so big of a difference that it's like, man, like, why am I, you come in and start now, like, why am I even doing this? This is pennies. The difference is just too large.
Yeah.
All right, so this again is going over the 3 types of volume that this PV covers. All right, so then you have the rank achievements. As a shortcut to summarize, I mean, we know what rank achievements are if you're in network marketing, but as a shortcut to summarize certain structures of sales team businesses and to provide convenient levels at which to recognize and reward life members for performance, we've instituted ranks or names for various levels of business. So student 150 through student 8,000. So the number seems to correlate with the volume, with the amount of volume that you have, right? So if you're student 150, you're getting 3%. If you're student 8,000, you're getting 30%, right? So this goes on and on, apprentice, senior apprentice. There's, all these different levels between the students. Are these student with particular students? To begin, if you have 1,500 total PV with at least 3. Okay, so here's where it gets interesting. So with the particular structure in your sales team producing certain volumes, you may not just be a student on the journey, but one with a specific rank. To begin, if you have 1,500 total PV with at least 300 PV outside of your largest sales team, you would be called an apprentice. When we say outside, we're referring not only to any and all PV generated in sales teams outside your largest sales team, but also all your customer volume and personal volume. So
What?
this is the only thing I've seen similar to this when they say outside your team, and this is another confusing comp plan, really, because it's been confusing. Herbalife has a comp plan where they have they have unencumbered volume, or volume that's also not coming from a person in the business but customers, right? So they want to keep these volumes separate. So what they're saying is volume from the customers, your own volume, right? And then volume that's not coming from your larger sales team, so your smaller sales team.
So in case you didn't know, you're going to be building more than one team for your sales teams, right? Another thing is this whole outside, like, Chad, look, and don't get us wrong. I want to make this very clear. We're not making these comp plan videos to bash any company at all. If you got a sucky comp plan, that's your fault.
It's not the anointed staff.
Don't get mad at us, right? And we know comp plans because we've had some really great results with network marketing. So please don't think we're some MLM bashers and we're going to sit here and bash every company and bash every comp plan. Nah, if we see a good comp plan, we'll let you know.
Yeah,
so far, this ain't one of them. Okay. And in case you're wondering what we have been able to do with the comp plan, we hit 5 figures a month in just 5 months. Don't believe us? Click the link you're going to see in the description box and go and check out the Profitpreneur Lab, where we show you step by step how we did that and how you can apply what we did into your business so that you can start getting the kind of results you want to. Okay, FTC disclaimer, we cannot guarantee income or results because that's all up to you. What you decide to do, how big of a skill set that you want to grow. The bigger your skill set, though, the more proficient you are in that skill set, the more money you will earn. And that's anywhere. That's even going to college. The more degrees you have, in theory, the more money you should be making. But how many of y'all doing that? That's what I thought. So we were able to hit 5 figures a month in 5 months. We've been able to relocate across the country in a matter of weeks just because we decided, hey, we're moving from DC to Vegas, and now here we are. And we've been able to move my mom out here to Vegas, right? She'll be out in the next 2 weeks. Found a place for her, and she on the way. So if you're looking to do things like that, right? And we've also learned how to work our comp plan and not just earn income, but to earn trips, prizes, cars. So we know what the hell we're talking about, okay? And we're telling you right now, just in case somebody from this company wants to get mad and comment or write to us, don't bother. This is what it is. We are completely unbiased. We're not in any of these companies that we're telling you about. And if we are in them or ever have been in them, we will disclose that to you. But this company we're not in, we've never been in. We have coached people in this company to try to help them make the most out of this comp plan. But we had to be very clear after looking at this comp plan that it is going to be an uphill battle for you if you have no skills, if you have no time. You know, this is not going to be as hands-free as you think it is, or as it's been marketed to be. Okay, so and this is this is another red flag for me. The first one was that whole top heavy level of just how much more the people at the top get. I don't think that's fair. I like a fair comp plan. And then with this, you already need to spend time building a sales team big enough to hit 1,500 in volume. But then while you're doing all of that work, then you're also trying to build a good 300 points outside of that team. So you have to know, I have to build a team up to 1,500, but while I'm building that team, I got to go start my other team to get up to at least 300. If you don't understand comp plans, you'll never know to do this. And you're going to be like, hey, how come I haven't hit apprentice yet? I've got 1,500. And they're going to be like, oh, small problem, small stipulation. You're going to miss it. So, yeah. Like,
yeah. Likewise, with 2,500 total PV and at least 600 outside, you'll be called a senior apprentice. So this goes on and on throughout the levels. You have to have 4,000 PV and 1,000 outside. You have 6,000 and 15 outside, 8,000 and 2,500 outside. This goes on and on. You know, coordinator, you need 2 sales teams simultaneously producing 8,000 PV or more. Then they go on to talk about this thing called a billing leaders bonus. A matrix. We have to go to page 7 to really get into that, but you'll need to have 2,500 PV and outside volume to continue to receive your full coordinator BLB. If you don't meet a 2,500 outside requirement, you will be paid on the first bill leader bonus in each sales team for up to 12 months in which you don't. This is crazy. Rocket science. First of all, I don't like. It's too much. Yeah. If you can't understand how you get paid, you can't get paid. I feel like it's like, well, if we confuse them enough, they'll just go off of what we tell them, and we'll just tell them to just do this. Like, and now you're building your business on luck. No successful business. You ain't looking at McDonald's and they're like, we'll see what happens today. No clue. Like, they don't do that. But that's what people are doing in network marketing. And it sucks. It's not fair to you. You're investing money. And a lot of times, unfortunately, most of the folks that get involved in network marketing are at their wits end. They're in a financial predicament already, which I do not recommend you do. If you're going to get involved in a business and invest in anything, business included, you need to invest as much money as you're willing to be able to lose if it goes under. There's no guarantee. Like, I wish people, like, when people ask me, well, how much money can I earn? When am I earning? How am I earning? I don't know, because it's a business. If this were a job, sure, I could tell you, you could sit on your ass all day, you still get paid per hour. That's not this. You don't get paid per hour. You're getting paid based on your performance. But if you don't know how to perform, because the requirements aren't clear, you are going to be tap dancing around, hoping, wishing, and praying for money that you desperately need to replenish in your household
and you don't know how to get it. That's the problem, right? So this whole, like, how well can we even attempt to break this down, this 2x2 BLB matrix for 12 months? Like, what you got for us? Because I
Yeah, it's a lot. These other ranks, again, you need 3 sales teams.
no, I'm asking, how well can we break down what this is even saying?
Oh, we can't do that till
Oh,
page
we gotta
7.
wait till page 7.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You see that? Now you're reading this. What page? We're on page 5.
Yeah.
And you confused as hell at this point. But you wait, there's more. Hold on. You're not gonna get any clarity for another 2 pages. Okay.
Yeah. Then the other ranks need 3 teams producing 8,000 PV or more, have 4 billing leader bonuses out of the possible, not like.
So the question is, how skilled are you at being able to produce not one team that is bringing in 8,000 points that has approximately a value of $1.20 per point, which means you're looking at over $8,000 of generated sales, right? Not only being able to do that with one team, but now you're going to triple it and do it with 3.
Yeah, and so let's see. I mean, I guess we should be coming up on what you get at all these ranks.
No, hold on. There's some more. Look at these ranks though. First, you need 3 teams, then you need 4 teams, then you got to have 8 BLBs, right? And oh my God, and then 5 teams and 12 BLBs.
Mm-hmm.
So the amount of teams goes up by 1, but your BLBs went from 8 to 12. That's 4 more. That is a large gap in between. Okay. Then they got a rank called life coach, which I have a problem with, because in this company, life coach is a rank, but there are such a thing as life coaches, certified life coaches, people that will coach you on life. So if you go around telling everybody, hey, y'all, I'm a life coach, people don't know that you mean that's a rank in your company. They're going to assume that you know how to coach people on life. And maybe they kind of did that on purpose, because if you make it this far up in the company, and you've been able to duplicate and make all of these teams, then maybe that's what they're saying, because you would have 6 sales teams simultaneously producing over 8,000 PV with 18 BLBs out of a possible 36. And we still haven't gotten to page 7 to even know what the hell that means. But you're supposed to do it though.
Yeah. And they got executive, double, triple crown ambassador, life coaches. How many teams now? 9 sales teams with 8,000 PV. 12, 20. So yeah, that's a big business.
Mm-hmm.
And then they explain outside again. We already explained that.
Hold up.
Oh, his notes here. The ranks
Mm-hmm.
beginning at leader must be maintained for 6 consecutive months before receiving official recognition. That is a long time.
Yeah.
I can understand 2 months.
Yeah.
Let's make sure that it wasn't just an influx of people in the first month.
Yeah.
And let's make sure those people stay.
Yeah.
And then in the 3rd month, you get your rank. 6 months?
6 months.
Now,
6 damn months. That's crazy.
And let's not even. So how long are they typically going to stay when we get there?
Oh yeah. Just in general in network marketing, you'll know it. If you're in network marketing, you know what I'm about to say. The average person stays in for up to 90 days, if that long, and then they're out of here, right? And most people's businesses are a revolving door. The minute you get a person in, somebody done left. So instead of you building and growing, you're just doing this replacement game. This person fell out. Oh, got to fill it up with somebody else. Oh no. And it takes a while to get where you really want to go, unless you've got the proper skills and a system in place, which 97% of marketers do not have. This is one of the reasons why we created the Profitpreneur. It is to help people to finally understand how to flip the script and you get to finally become one of the 3% that are actually succeeding. We want to grow that percentage number, and we're not just talking that talk. We actually did something about it and created a program around it, right? So this whole thing, like Sunny just said, most network marketing companies will tell you to maintain it for a month or 2 months, maybe 3 months, but 6 months is ridiculous. And most network marketing companies will give you the official recognition up front, but then you have to maintain it. And if you don't, you still get to keep the recognition title, but you just wouldn't get the pay. That is not what's happening here. You ain't getting nothing, right? You could have every qualification you need over here for leader, but they're not going to call you a leader until 6 months after you've done it. If you kept it for 6 months straight, if you do it for 5 months and then the 6th month you short by 1 point, you ain't getting your official recognition. You have to start all over again. That's crazy.
The ranks beginning with senior coordinator do not have outside volume requirement, so that's
nice.
A good thing. Since you qualify for a partial bill leader bonus with leaders in depth, these do count in meeting the rank bill B requirements. All right, cool. Yeah, it is Raja, it is a very intricate comp plan. So, they used to call it, I guess, old school network marketing, they used to call it, show the plan, right? How many times are you showing the plan? You got to show the plan. And they would draw the circles, right? And they would show you how it could build up and what the percentages would be. Well, how do you do that with something like this? You'll have a person's head going in circles and their eyeballs going on top, and if you don't understand it, typically they're going to say no. Right. And so what they'll do is they simplify it. They'll leave all of this out. If I was you got to leave all this out. You can't, the only thing you can really go on is the percentage you get and what, how much volume you need to have the higher percentage. And that's it. But this all comes into play. And this is, potential money that you may or may not earn.
Yeah.
So these are bonus explanations. Now that you have at least a cursory introduction, this was just a cursory introduction, okay, to the concept of ranks. We can proceed with outlining the various bonuses. As we do so, refer back to the performance bonus chart on page 5. We're on page 6.
Hold up. I got a question. For everybody. Excuse me. That was a cursory introduction, meaning even the dummies should have gotten what they just said, these first 5 pages. Well, call me a dummy. I barely got it. And I've seen a lot of comp plans, and I'm barely keeping up with them so far. How many of you watching understood everything in there, even with us trying to help you break down some of it? Even with us writing it down on paper.
And even if you do understand,
do
you want to understand?
Right. Is it
I don't.
For you to do all of this to get $4.50? I don't know.
$4.50. So having a percentage that low for me is sort of an insult when we're talking about, products and services like this. At least started. Now we're talking about like organizationally, you used to seeing 5 to 10%, right? Typically. Now, if you go higher than 10%, you're getting on the higher end, but then you're going into, okay, like a binary type of plan will typically pay higher because you're getting paid on one side. And, so this is a lot. I don't even know what type of comp plan to call this. There's certain portions of it like that ladder chart of the percentages that has some inklings of what you would call the stair-step breakaway plan, where the differences in percentages. But then you also have this building sales teams, but it's not a binary because you can build several sales teams, but they're not going to count certain volumes from your largest sales team towards certain, yeah.
And then some matrix built in there somewhere.
Yeah, we didn't even get there yet.
Inside the team.
But I don't think it's a matrix in the traditional sense that we thought of a matrix. It's what whatever definition they gave. So this is the example. If your PV is 1,500, that puts you at the 15% bracket. Out of that 1,500, let's say your PV and customer sales was 500. Your customer volume bonus would therefore be the 15%, which is your bracket, times whatever your customer volume was, so $75. Right. Then there's a personal volume bonus. You earn from the performance bonus chart based on your personal volume. Simply take the same percentage you determine in the customer volume bonus calculation and multiply that by your total personal volume PV, and you will have the amount of your personal volume bonus. To illustrate, let's continue with the illustration. Your total PV is 1,500, which, as we saw, puts you at 15%. Let's then say your personal volume was 200 PV. Your personal volume bonus would therefore be $30. So they're paying you for your own purchases. Is what I'm getting.
Yeah, and it looks like they're separating, how much you're getting paid for personal, how much you're getting paid for customer, how much you're getting paid for the group, or the team. I think that might be, again, another FTC thing where it's like, look at how many more customers we have versus how much these people are, paying on their own volume could be.
Yeah, see, this because it gets cloudy here. Personal volume can either be personal consumption or stuff that you retailed to people that were not registered customers.
Right.
However, the FTC wants a clear distinction between volume you personally consumed and volume that was resold or retailed.
Now the question is there something in the comp plan or in their policies where they have to prove what they bought personally versus what they resold? Because if not, this company runs the risk of getting in trouble with the FTC and getting investigated.
All right.
Reggie said, I understood what you said. What they saying, Jail. I get it.
Differential. There's two types of differential bonus, standard and double. These bonuses are based upon the sales volume generated by the sales teams you help build. Standard differential bonus applies only when you have built downline sales teams that are also generating PV. You can have a differential bonus for each of your individual sales teams. You qualify for differential bonus any month in which your total volume, which remember consists of the sum of your customer sales, personal, and group volume, corresponds to a percentage bracket on the performance bonus chart that is higher than a percentage bracket for any one or more of your individual teams. For every downline sales team for which your total volume corresponds to a higher percentage bracket than the one they have earned, your differential bonus consists of the percentage difference multiplied by the PV in that sales team. So that's kind of like what we're trying to illustrate on the Google Doc, the difference. So here's an example. For instance, your total volume at month's end were 1,000 PV. 30% bracket. Your first sales team had a total volume of 4,000 PV, so 22% bracket. Then your differential bonus would be calculated using the difference between 30 and 22, or 8%, multiplied by the total volume. So that would give you 320. The example that we did was more significant because you can have a team that is at the 3% or the 6% bracket, which would mean that your differential would be way more than their percentage that they earn. So they did a smaller percentage difference here, 30 and 22, which is 8%, but we did like a 24% difference.
Yeah, because the majority of your people are
going to be at the lower ends.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a big hitter. Further, let's say in the same month you have a second sales team with a total volume of 2,500 PV, corresponding with 18%, then your differential bonus from this sales team will be calculated using the difference between 30% and 18%, or 12%, multiplied by the total volume in that particular sales team, which is, so it's a lot. But yeah, basically you get the difference between percentages according to your sales team volume. Yeah, it's pretty involved.
But even still, look at this money. $75 over there, the 300 over here. What was the one at the bottom? $30, $320.
I mean, that's on top of everything else, though. It's on top of everything else.
I'm gonna tell you right now, it ain't 5 figures. Even on top of everything else.
So, because if you have calculating it in a very simple way. Let's just say you're getting your 30% of the 8,000. So that's $2,400 of commissions you're getting, right? You want to hit, I don't know, 6 figures a year. You got to have like a good, 4 teams doing that. 4 teams doing 8,000 in PV to hit, 9,600 a month, almost 10,000 a month.
Yeah.
Just in that particular part of the conversation, there's other things that you'll earn maybe, but I'm just hoping that, and I given the benefit of the doubt, I'm gonna assume that they have certain charts and meters in the back office to let you know how close you are to earning certain bonuses. They absolutely have to have that for a comp plan this complex, because if you don't, people will just be guessing the way they are. Yeah.
And then on top of the differential bonus, wait, there's more, because now we got a double differential bonus, child. What is this? I don't know.
We have just gone through an explanation example of a standard differential bonus, but there's also a way to have your differential bonus double. To do so, you simply need to have a minimum of 1,500 total PV, with a minimum of 1,000 PV in your first sales team and 300 PV in your second sales team, and your usual differential bonus on each will be doubled.
What?
Double difference bonus applies to your 2 larger sales teams.
Do you see what kind of mathematical juggling you got to do month to month to make sure that you hit this criteria for this part of the comp plan plus this part for this? Because you got to make sure that you got the 8,000, that you got the BBL, child, or whatever it is. Go get your BBL. And then on top of that, you got to make sure that you got the 1,500 with the minimum of the 1,000 in the first team and the 300 in the second team.
But then
to double on top of making sure that you fit the criteria for the differential bonus in the first place.
And then the double differential bonus is actually applied to your 2 largest sales teams.
Right.
A lot of this stuff you're not going to be able to control. It's going to be, I hope it works out that way, but it might not. Right. So that's the deal with that. For those with more than 2 sales teams, double differential bonus be calculated on the 2 largest sales teams that are not yet at 8,000 PV level or above. For example, if you're a performer with 5,000 PV.
Wait a second. So it's going to be your 2 largest teams, but not the 2 largest teams. Because if your teams make 8,000 or more, that they don't count, even though that is your larger team. We're not talking about that larger team. We're talking about the larger team.
Hold on, is that what it says?
Yes.
For those with more than 2 sales teams, the double differential bonus be calculated on the largest teams that
are not yet
at the 8,000 PV. So yeah, it's got to be less than 8,000 PV.
So it's got to be your largest team, but not the largest team that's the 8,000. It's got to be 799 or lower largest team. But higher than, what is it? Higher than 1,500, lower than 8,000. Good luck. Juggle it. Yeah. Well, see,
no, look, here's where it comes in. For leaders and above with 1 or more 8,000 PV sales teams, a double differential bonus can be earned by having 1 sales team with a minimum of 300 PV.
What? Oh, okay. So first you got to be a leader or above. And if I'm not mistaken, leaders had to have at least 4 teams of 8,000. Right?
Yeah, no, I have to go back and look.
Yeah, because I don't want to misquote the comp plan.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just real quick. To be a leader, how many of those 8,000 teams do you need?
It's just
just 1.
Yeah,
just 1.
At least 2,500 outside.
Right, 8,000 inside, 2,500 outside. Okay. So now, but wait a minute. If they're a leader, if they don't have the 2,500 outside, then they're still a student. 8,000 instead of okay. So so you can be a leader with 8,000, and as long as you have another sales team though, with a minimum of 300. Wait.
Have a 4th sales team with a minimum of 300. If there are 2 or more sales teams outside of the 8,000 PV sales team, a D double differential bonus will be awarded on the smallest sales team.
What?
I give up. I'm tapping out.
We can't tap out. Look, if the experts are tapping out, that should tell you something. Because this doesn't make sense, right? First, they went through this lengthy explanation that you need more than 1,500, but less than 8,000, unless you got 8,000, and then you could do it with 300, but you're going to get paid on the smaller team. Do you see what I'm saying? Now, how do you not only explain this to people that you want to bring into this team and be transparent with, but also help them achieve it when you barely understand it? All right, it's going to be difficult.
It's so confusing. It's funny.
Yeah. Because if there's 2 or more sales teams outside of your 8,000 PV sales teams, then your DDB will be awarded on the smallest sales team. And then it's like, you will give me double on the smallest team when I worked so hard to build these teams up big enough to be able to be eligible for this. And then you're going to give it to me on this. So, and then they give you this example. If you have 3, right? I'm right here. If you have 3 8,000 PV sales teams, and then you got a 4th team at 2,000, and then a 5th team at 3,000. Why does the example have to be this complex? Then this is just the example.
And I mean, in today's day and age, your comp plan does not need to be this complex, bro.
And then you would get your DDB on the 5th sales team, which only has 300 points. So what exactly would that be? What's the percentage you get? You get the differential bonus, which which would be the difference, and then they will multiply it by 2. So now you got to go and calculate the difference between this team at 300, right, and where you are. Wait, am I looking at the right one? So in the previous example given to illustrate, this is because you had a total of 8,000 greater than 1,500, one sales team having 4,000 greater than 1,000, second team having 25 greater than 300. Therefore, your differential bonus you created from sales team 1 and sales team 2 would be 320 and 300 respectively, would be doubled to earn a DDB of 300 and 320 in addition to the 300 and 320 you were already getting. Is that what they're saying? And this is not the same example that they were just using. It's this example before that. So what are you doing? What are you talking about? Because if I look at this one where they're giving you a simple example of 5 sales teams that you would have to have, then you get the DDB on the 5th sales team at 300. So if you are at a point where you're bringing in, what was the example that they gave you? That you got a team with 8,000, so you'd have the 30%, but the difference between your 30% and the 300 would be the 6%, so you'd get 24%. Yes, 24% of the 300 points, which is a small amount. What is that? We got to pull out the calculator on the tab.
$72.
$72. I did all this work and you gonna pay me $72. Is that before or after we doubled it? Because you're getting a double differential bonus for that. So that's what I'm saying. What is double that? So double 72 is what? 144. You're gonna get paid $144 after doing all this. You get it?
No.
Okay. Finally, we made it to the BBL. It's like the BLB, the Building Leaders Bonus that we've been waiting for 2 whole pages. We're finally here. Now, let's see if it makes sense.
All right. So this one is paid monthly when you reach the rank of coordinator or above. And also, you develop downline members who achieve the leader rank 8,000 total PV or more, with 2,500 outside. All right, so I think we're getting to the question I just asked. What happens when you have someone that's at 8,000 like you are? The goal is to develop a balanced business of successful individuals horizontally, width, and vertically, depth. The higher your rank, the larger the number of individuals in width and depth that the BLB rewards you for helping others achieve the leader rank. For instance, if you're at the rank of coordinator, then you can qualify for a max BLB of 4,400 by having 2 sales teams, each with 2 individuals in them who are leaders. So 2 leaders in width who each have a leader in depth, making a 2x2 for a total of 4 grid spots.
Grid. Now we got grids.
Yeah. So coordinator, let me go back to the coordinator. Coordinator, 2 sales teams producing 8,000. Okay. Leader has 8,000 PV or more. Okay. You're at the rank of coordinator, then you can qualify for a BLB. Oh, I just read that. So if you have 2 leaders in width, there is only 1 leader in depth, then you qualify for BLB as follows. Okay. Yo, this maths and expert. In effect, you'll be missing out on the bonus that result from helping an individual achieve the rank of leader in that second sales team. Continuing on, once you achieve the rank of senior coordinator, you step up and BLB eligibility. You could earn a BLB for up to 3 leaders in width, each having 3 in depth for a max BLB of 9,900.
You got to do all that for 9,900? I don't have to do all of that for 9,900. This is a lot of work.
So this is not only, this is like the other complaint we're talking about. Not only is it volume based, but it's also rank based.
Yeah.
The volume determines your rank, but other people under you have to have achieved that rank.
Mm-hmm.
And if they miss it, then you're gonna miss the bonus.
Mm-hmm. So, like what they were saying, if you build 3x3, 3 leaders by 3 leaders, right? So I've got 3 leaders going wide and I've got 3 leaders going deep. That means all of these commissions I earn for a total of 1,100, 2,200, 3,300, 4,400, 5,500, 6,600, 7,700, 8,800, 9,900. That's where they got that from. That I can understand. That's easy. But the work that you have to do you realize you have to develop 3 leaders, 3 people that have, 9 people that have a minimum of 1 team of 8,000 in volume that you're responsible for. And if you don't help them hit that, you're going to miss your $9,900.
There's going to be a big gap of people that reach a certain rank and plateau. Like, yeah, because at a certain rank, the requirements are going to be so large that people are going to be stuck and not going to be able to get there. And let me see, what would that rank be, would you say? If there was a rank that a person was going to get stuck at, like a lot of people going to get stuck at, and it's going to be one of the, student 150 to student 8,000. It's
going to be right there,
because to do the apprentice thing and once you bring in the volume requirements of having outside volume, that's going to be an issue. Yep. I'm thinking that's going to be an issue. There's going to be people that hit student, all of this, but once you get to apprentice and beyond, it's going to dwindle off significantly.
Yes. Yeah, so you see how early on that is. It would be very difficult, very complex, very complicated for a person to move up in this comp plan. Now, here's one of the things I'll share with you. We can't reveal everything because we have coaching clients and a lot of what we discuss with them is confidential, but we are allowed to share some of the things that don't point to them, right? One of the things I can tell you is we had a client got started in this company and was told by his upline that the comp plan is very simple. Was told that all you have to do, you bring in, 2 teams of 10 and you're on your way. you starting to make some significant money, right? So we broke that down. What significant money? What are we talking about here? And what was told was 2 teams of 10 gets you $1,200 a month. I don't see that anywhere in this comp plan. I don't see anything about getting a certain amount of people. I see points. I see volume. Thanks. I see points and volume. I don't see, oh, you need this amount of people and we're going to pay you this. So therefore, this person was misled into this company. It's the worst thing that can happen, but most people are misled into the company when it comes to the comp plan, right? They're misled by what work exactly you need to do. Because if that were the case, right? And let's say, most folks want to hit, the 5 figures in a month. They want to hit the $10,000 a month, right? So if that were true, if it were true that you only needed 2 teams of 10 and that gets you, say, $1,200, then that means that 1 team of 10 gets you $600, right? And in order to get to $10,000, you would need 17 teams, right? Because if 1 team of 10 gives you, 1 team of 10 gives you 600, then what you would have to do is take $10,000, divide it by 600, and then you know how many teams you need, which is 16.66666. So 17 teams, and bam, you in there. Well, look at what you got to do to get these teams in. And then once you have these teams, it's not about the people, it's about the points. So you could have 10 people in here and they're all bringing in like 20 points. You wouldn't have even hit 300 points yet. So you wouldn't be getting paid off that comp plan yet. You wouldn't even get your 3% yet. And we know 3% ain't no $600. It's $4.50 per team times 17 teams. Hello, $4.50. Okay, my thing is stuck. $4.50 times 17 teams gives you $76.50. That don't sound nothing like no 5 figures to me. So it doesn't really matter how many teams or people in the teams, it matters the points per team. And that's just to put it simply. There's still all these other stipulations that apply. I would be pissed to find this out. Like you told me, all I had to do was that you made it simple. It is not simple. You see how many pages this comp plan is with very little visual aids. It's way more text than charts, and the charts barely explain it for us to be able to break down for you. And the examples, garbage. Why would you give me such a complicated example of 5 different teams with all the... Anyway, what else you got? I can't even share.
Right, said she fainted 3 times already. Unlimited leader depth to maximize BLB bonus. Your rank achievement determines your eligible builder leader bonus, but we know leaders build their business at different speeds. Why we allow you to continue to build leaders in depth until you maximize your BLB. More examples. Leader 1 has 4,000 PV outside of leader 2, and you earn a BLB of 550, and you earn a full 1,100 BLB in 2 for a total BLB of 1,650 out of the eligible 2,200. This feature allows you to develop additional leaders in this sales team to maximize the 2,200 BLB. Let's say there's no change with leader 1, but downline of leader 2, you continue to build depth and build a 3rd leader, and now leader 2 has 4,000 PV outside of the leader 3.
We're going to end this video for today. No, like
it's too much.
Yeah, to break it down and make it as simple as possible, what they're saying is they understand that all leaders are not going to grow at the same pace. Therefore, they will pay you some of the money. Your potential to earn is what you see in the chart, up to a maximum of 1,100. But even if that doesn't happen, if the person that you're developing into a leader doesn't quite have their 8,000 points yet, then you would still be able to get paid something out of it. That's what they're trying to tell you. Okay. The only issue with this is it makes it even more complicated because now you got to calculate what you will get. It's different from either you're going to get this money or you're not, right? Either you're going to get the 1,100 or you're not. Now it's like, okay, well, you didn't get the 1,100, but let's calculate the percentage of the percentages of the percentage. So hold on, right? So out of the 1,100 maximum that you could earn, if your first leader isn't at 8,000 yet, right? Instead, they're only at 4,000. They're only halfway there. So they're going to give you half the money. Because 1/2 times 1,100 is 550, right? Half, or in other words, half of 1,100 is 550. That's what they're giving you. Same example for leader 2. Now for leader 3, though, if someone else comes in, they have hit the requirement, they are at the 8,000, then yes, you will get the full amount. So they're simply just telling you that there's a possibility that you can still get the commission. It just wouldn't be the max. That's all they're saying.
Okay.
There's more.
You can earn more grid spots at each rank. Yeah, so it looks like this grid chart right here will be expanded. As an example, coordinator whose BLB is 2x2 can earn additional grid spots in position 3 of team 1, yellow box, by filling in position 2 of team 2, yellow box. Financial leaders means an additional 1,100 can be earned for position 3 of the, like, there's absolutely no reason to make this so complicated.
No.
Just pay the bonuses on the volume.
Yeah.
Just pay the bonuses on the volume. If your volume increases, like, or pay bonuses on helping others achieve rank, or you achieving a rank, or just stuff.
Yeah.
There's no reason to make this so complex. This is a very outdated and old compensation plan. Because it's just, I don't typically see compensation plans like this. Herbalife is a very old company. They have a very complicated comp plan. So does Amway. I think this is the most complicated comp plan I've seen ever.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. This
Ever.
is like, at this point, I throw in the towel. Like, I don't even, like, why are we adding grid spots?
Yeah.
And like, and then what do you get as they're adding them in?
You can get another $1,100 to add into these $1,100 things.
Okay, so what they're saying is originally they had a cap, but now they're gonna let you have more. That's all this is saying right here, y'all. There was a cap, there was a maximum of how wide and how deep you could get those commissions on, but they're expanding it as you grow.
So I just want to see if I can understand how it expands. So let's review senior coordinator rank whose BLB is a 3x3. Okay, so right now the BLB is a 3x3. It's 9 grid spots. See the charts to the right and the red outline. All right, cool. If you earn a BLB in team 3, position 2, yellow box, team 3, position 2, right? It says if you earn a BLB in that position, perform the following review. Team 2, position 3. This grid spot is with the red line, so no additional grid spot is awarded.
Oh my God.
Team 1, this grid spot outside the red outline, so you're awarded. See, I'm already lost. I don't.
No, I've got them so far. Keep going.
Okay. Team 2 position.
I'm laughing. Oh my God.
Position. Team 2 position 3. This grid spot is within the red outline, so no disrespect awarded. Okay.
See, right there, that's inside the red box they just now created for you to let you know you ain't getting it. You ain't getting no expansions. But with the next part, all right.
Team 1, position 4. This grid spot is outside of the red outline, so you're awarded an additional grid spot.
There you go.
If you earn a BLB in team 3, position 3, I don't want to read it.
Then you're awarded. If you earn a BLB in team 3, position 3, then in team 2, position 4, you're gonna get that extra spot. And then in team 1, position 5, you're gonna get that spot too, child.
I need Tylenol, Advil, morphine, something.
So here's what's crazy. Go back up a little bit to this one. Okay. What's crazy is they show you this at first and you're like, okay, I finally understand this. But then they say, hold on. You're not like, if you're a 3x3 right now, which is what they just said, and you see how now they also can help you expand 4x4. No, you can't. You're 3x3. When all of these spots are filled in here, we're going to let you know which one gets unlocked, whether it's this specific position here, or if it's over here or whatever. Like we're going to tell you when it unlocks for you to get that amount of money to. Up to that amount of money to. Depending on their calculations. How are you supposed to keep track of this? How are you supposed to plan for this?
Base BLB, okay, additional grid spots, okay, additional BLB money, and total possible BLB money. All right, what others?
We give up. We're on page 8.
If by chance this happens to happen, this is what we'll pay you. You can't,
right.
We can't plan for this. This is like, luck.
Yeah.
Luck of the draw here. Because
you don't even know. You know what I mean? Like you can, as a leader, you can I don't want to say influence, but you can encourage, you can provide resources, you can do everything in your power to help a person to know what to do to grow. But whether or not they grow and how quickly they grow, you have zero control over. And as you're growing, typically, if you find an ace, you know what I'm saying? If you find somebody that's a go-getter, they're going to bring in go-getters. So you're going to be heavy in one portion of your team that you're not allowed to spread out within your organization in order to be able to hit these ranks. You don't have any flexibility. It's too rigid. So we're not even done. We're still on page 8. Oh my God.
We got one-time cash awards by members qualifying for a new rank and maintaining that rank for 12 consecutive months.
Hold on.
Vine Boom.
Wait. We gotta stop sharing. We gotta stop sharing. Who joined this company? And when you joined this company, did you read that before you joined? Did you see this before you joined? Because, and if you did, have you ever been in another company before? And the reason why I'm asking that is because most companies that give you a one-time cash award will do it for the month, not for the year. You got to wait a whole year. You have to maintain for an entire year. You can't miss 1 month just to get this. And when you get it, it's at the end of the year. Okay, let's go back to Sharon Jail. I don't know how to work this one. What in the world?
12 consecutive months.
Most people don't even stay in a damn company for no 12 consecutive months.
I mean, why not just...
You got to hit a rank and maintain it?
Why not just, pay this monthly or divide it by 12?
Right, divide it up. Yeah.
You got to ask yourself, why are they choosing to have this requirement to wait 12 months?
So they don't have to pay.
So they don't have to pay. So let's see what happens here. So you may qualify or be in qualification for more than one OTCA, one-time cash award, at a time. For example, let's say you hit leader for the first time in March, which starts your qualification, and you hit leader each month through July, 5 months. In August, you hit coordinator. This becomes your 6th month of qualification for leader and your 1st month qualification for OTCA.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that makes sense, right? So, I mean, all in all, if you add all these up, you can earn, what is this? 35, 47, 87, 64.
What are you doing?
It's 70. It's like 70,000 bonuses.
I think about 70,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still ain't 6 figures. But it's 70,000,
and it's only one time. It's not like you get that every year.
You'll never see that again.
Yeah. It's one time. I mean, and I've heard of one-time rank bonuses, but geez, like have some type of monthly. I don't know. After
a year, you sitting here waiting a year for $70,000 that you're only going to get consecutively in the month that you hit it. So just like they said, you may hit leader in March. So if you maintain leader, or better yet, what they're saying, you continue to go up and up and up, which is highly unlikely in network marketing unless you got the skills in the system to do so. And 97% of all network marketers do not. Think about that. Excuse me. But let's say you beat the odds and you're in the 3%. And you hit leader in March. And then by August, you hit coordinator, right? So what's going to happen is, and I'm going to do better than that. Let's say you hit leader in March, coordinator in April. Like you just growing like crazy, bro. It's like wildfire, because who wouldn't want to join this amazing opportunity, right? So you growing, you got leader in March, coordinator in April, senior coordinator in May, advisor in June, senior advisor in July, life coach by August, right? And that's all happened in, let's say this year, in 2023. You ain't gonna see this money though till 2024. Now it's a total of 70,000, but here's how it's gonna get paid out to you. Next March of 2024, you'll get the 5,000 for leader. Then in April, you'll get the 7,500 for coordinator. Then in May, you'll get the 10,000 for senior coordinator. Then in June, you'll get the 1,250. I'm sorry, 1,250, the 12,500 for advisor, right? What month am I on? July, you're going to get senior advisor at 15,000. And then in in August, you'll get your 20,000. So it's going to be given to you in monthly steps.
And if you miss a qualification month during your 12 months, your qualification resets and you start over. One-time cash rewards are paid out in the month following the completion of the qualification.
Oh, my bad. So you're not going to get your leader in March of 2024. You're going to get it in April of 2024, and so on and so forth. So you won't get your life coach. You might hit life coach in August of 2023, but you're not going to get paid the $20,000 until September of 2024.
Yeah.
And if you miss it, right? If you miss it, so let's say you made it up to life coach by August, and you make it all the way to June of 2024, and you're slowly but surely getting paid these other ones. If you fell off of life coach by a point, you got to start all over for a whole year. So then it would start, like if you lost it in June, your life coach eligibility would start all over in July of 2024. You have to maintain it till July of 2025, and then you'll get it in August of 2025. Child. I don't think so.
Incentive reward trips. All right, so let's look at the income disclosure stuff, right? Okay, so you can be a life member for $60. For members who choose to auto renewal for this business, the membership fee is only $32.95 per year after that. And that's all I see.
So hold on for a second. So you're gonna register for $60 as a member, right? And every year after that is $32.95. So you invest your $60 and you see, typically starting off, you want to hit that, the 150 rank, and then the 300 and so on and so forth. You're getting paid piddlings of money, $4.50 here, there, and it's like, how long will it take you to first earn some money? Second, earn the return on your investment. And then third, become profitable, right? And then for a bonus nugget, for fourth, getting profitable enough to hit your income goals. With this comp plan, I'm not seeing it, especially if your income goal is to, do like us and hit 5 figures a month. It will take you some time to do that with this and maintain. That's for sure.
All right, so I saw something up here.
Yeah.
In order to be eligible for all aspects of the life platform compensation plan, all members without exception must meet the minimum monthly customer sales requirement as outlined on page 4. A close look at the IDS chart in the following page reveals a flip of the percentages moving from the non-qualified column to the qualified members column. Qualified members are those who have met the minimum monthly customer sales requirement just described. Non-qualified members are those who have not made enough sales to qualify for compensation, which is, I think, that 50 PV. And this is where the differences among members can really be seen. Almost every student level member ranks in the non-qualified members column, which demonstrates that these people are very new or are not necessarily involved to earn commissions. In other words, they are not making the minimum level of product sales. Those with the beginner rank of student don't begin to enter the qualified member list until they hit about the 1500 PV level or higher. In other words, the members who are genuinely trying to build a business and earn income are the ones listed in the qualified members column. These are the entrepreneurs who are committed and are making sales.
Child, stop. I got to go back to this. You're not.
They're referring to the chart in the following page, I think.
Oh, okay. But here's what I'm saying though, right? They just disclosed, as they're supposed to in their disclosure statement, almost every student, right? Almost every student level member is non-qualified. And they're saying, well, we speculate that it's because they just don't want to build this as a business. Then why the hell did they sign up for it then? Do you see how that doesn't make any sense? It's because there's something wrong with this plan. It's too complicated. They don't know what the hell they're doing, right? They're trying to earn the money.
They're trying to earn money.
But they're not, because they're not hitting these ranks. And they can't explain it to people, which then makes them look like a scammer. And now people are running from them. And they can't build these ranks. Again, it would take an extremely skilled marketer to be able to grow in this comp plan.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It says the IDS chart in the following page reveals that the largest area of turnover in the Life platform resides in the students' ranks.
did we not
just say that?
Boy, tell us we don't know what we talking about, okay? We just said that.
This is the group of new members who are trying out the business and deciding if it's a good fit for them. Since most new Life members make this decision within the first year, the greatest turnover is naturally seen in the beginner ranks. We strongly urge anyone wishing to gain a full understanding of the data in this report to study the Life comp plan and the proceed. You're gonna be studying for 4 years with you need a degree in what was this guy called? Starfish comp plan explanation. Oh my God. All right, so let's look at this chart. Oh man, it's highway. I can flip it.
Okay. All right,
there you go.
No, what? Hold up. I got a question. Why is it once we get to the income disclosure where you got to tell us by law what the stats are looking like, all of a sudden the page is sideways and you got to look at it like this? What's that? But I ain't saying nothing.
It fits on a you just got to make the text smaller, but it fits on an 8x11. Anyways, income disclosure IDS. All right, so here let's look at this. So we got these member ranks all the way up to student 8,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
Percentage of all members by rank. So the vast majority of people are right in as student to student 600, right? Percentage of non-customer qualified members within the rank. So 98% of non-customer qualified.
Just like they just warned us.
89% not like huge percentages. Percentage of customer qualified members within the rank.
Now hold on, before we even get there, let's look at what this means. Again, like I just really want to drive this home. These are people who have this rank, but they ain't making no money. So ranks mean nothing. I keep telling people, stop worrying so much about having a title. Where's your paycheck to feed your family? They ain't got one. 98% of the students ain't got a check. There's only 1.6% that's even making something. And what are they making? Look at this monthly income. The high is $110. The average, a little less than $18 a month. And you pay $60-something to get started up in here to live the life of your dreams. How you going to do that with $18 a month? And people wonder why folks look at the network marketing industry like they do, like this. This is why. This don't make no damn sense. I can't believe, like, in this day and age, there are better ways to put together a comp plan than this.
Yeah, I don't understand. Now, see, look at this. Now we said, okay, if you're student 8,000, right? You have a team of 8,000, you're supposed to be getting your 30%, which is 2,400. But what happens along the way is other people start to rank too in your team, and they start encroaching on your 30%. Yeah. And so now you're only getting the difference between you and them. And look what that's averaging out to be, $155.
And do you notice the difference? Look at the high
of this one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And look at the fact that student 6,000 is making more than student 8,000 for that reason. Right? The fact that the more you grow your team, even though they're telling you they encourage it so that you make more, turns out the more leaders you're starting to build, there's a gap, there's a crack in their compensation plan from student 6,000 to student 8,000. Mm-hmm. So it's almost like you want to skip past student 8,000. You want to go straight from student 6,000 to apprentice. And what an apprentice is a student 8,000 that also has a certain amount of volume outside of their main 8,000 point team, mm-hmm. Right? So this chart is telling you, oh, hell, you better hurry and get there. And it's the same thing between student 1,500 and student 6,000. In between, you're making less. Like it goes down because the bigger you start to build in terms of building leaders, the more leaders you start to build, there's a point where you're going to make less because they won't count for you to get certain commissions. Are you seeing that? And again, I mean, somebody could come along and say, well, you're not being fair because you guys are looking at the highs, but I'm looking at a high compared to another high. Right? If I did the lows, then maybe it averages out a little bit more, right? If we look at the averages,
the average and median, but even still, it still holds the same. I mean, you look at the average for student 4,000 and 6,000. I'm not sorry, 6,000 to 8,000. Mm-hmm. Student 6,000 average is getting more than the student 8,000.
Yeah.
Look at over here, the median.
Yeah. So it still ain't looking good. That's the point.
So as you get down here, like where does the significant income start to happen where you're looking at the average and medians, right? Around coordinator, senior coordinator, right? Then you're like, okay, this is cool. I mean, maybe, depending on your goal, maybe leader.
Yeah. But look how far down the comp plan you gotta go.
Look how far, but then look at the gap between advisor and life coach.
Well, here's the issue with that. They don't just have life coach. This is life coach and plus. Beyond. So anybody life coach and above all got grouped together. And even grouping them together, the percentage of people in this organization that are any one of those titles is still less than 1%. It is 0.024. This is 24, 10,000ths of a person. Like, are you serious? 24 10,000ths of a percent of all the people here. And look at this, straight up zero. Mm-hmm. Right? So there's nobody here. Well, this is a good thing though. There's nobody here that's a non-customer. Anybody here on this level, all of them are getting paid. Right? Now the question is, well, what are they getting paid? And it's the higher ranks. But again, with life coach, this is a skewed number. It is an unfair, it's a inaccurate calculation of the numbers because this is life coach and all them other things that we saw, senior life coach, the life coach deluxe, I don't know, all these other things added all up. So yeah, when you add them up, you're going to see 45,000. Finally, we get to see 5 figures, but the 5 figures you're seeing is a combination of all the life coaches and above.
Yeah.
Which they don't have very many of.
I just want to make sure again, customer qualified member is defined as a member who has met the minimum monthly customer sales required and is therefore
to be eligible to earn commission. So if they're not qualified, they're not making anything.
So you can see at student 8,000, half the people aren't even qualified to earn any commissions. Mm-hmm. And then once you get to apprentice, 90% are. So like I said, once you get out of the student
How many?
rank and go to apprentice is going to be a big jump gap.
I wanted to know how many people are in this organization? How many people are in this company right now?
Yeah.
And then we could really see the amount of people that are in these ranks and making this money. Because that's not being disclosed. It just doesn't say at all how many people are here, or even an estimate of, is it 1 million people? Is it, what?
Yeah. 73% of members do not continue with life after their first year.
Wow.
So they don't pay out a rank advance one-time cash advance bonus till 12 months after, but most people are not staying.
They're not staying long enough to be able to be eligible to get it if they did make it that far, which they're not.
Yeah. From January to December, 46.96% of all members receive no income at all.
That's too many.
Note these figures do not represent a member's profit, as they do not consider we got that.
Right, it's just income.
Yeah. The table above shows the percentage of customer qualified members who receive compensation for 1 to 12 months during the periods of January to December. The earnings of the customer qualified members in this chart are not necessarily representative of the income, if any, that a customer. So what is this chart for? Receipt of monthly compensation and average monthly earnings for customer qualified.
Right, this is the average
members. Okay.
So it's not necessarily representative of everybody's income because it's an average. This is approximately what they may or may not have earned. And again, by the end of the year, they ain't made very much money. They have not hit their income dream goals. That just is not happening in this company. So I have to look at it. And granted, I am the person with the rose-colored glasses. I'm like, well, if I haven't seen anybody yet, I'm about to be the first one. But also, this is a business, and you have to think with a business mind, right? If I'm on Shark Tank and I'm looking at these numbers, I am not going to invest into this to grow this company. It's not worth it to me. The valuation is low. The average person after a year here earning checks doesn't even hit the $5,000 mark. And I'm looking for companies where I can earn 5 figures a month in a very simple way. I do not see that here.
And this part right here will absolutely kill your business.
Yeah. 73% won't even make it past a year. 73%. And then almost half the people that's here to grow a business ain't making a dime. Circle that, babe. Circle that. Look at that.
This right here.
The 46, just right there. Just 46. Yeah, you can move this over. This right here. Chair, are you serious? Look at this. Earning no income at all. How am I supposed to explain that to folks? And we're damn good coaches. We can help you start getting some results. But this works against you when you have to ask yourself, why would I join a company where the odds are this far against me just from me entering in, trying to bring people in with me? They don't see the hope. They don't see the value. This is going to be difficult for me to build unless I come in with an army of people who don't know no better and don't know how to read comp plans. Because if they do, they ain't joining this.
Yeah. And this is, and just to put this in perspective, let's say you do reach the level where you have 8,000 volume, right? You got 8,000 volume by, let's say, January 2022. Well, by January 2023, 73% of that volume is going to be gone. So you're going to be left with about 2,400 in volume out of the 8,000 you had the year previous. Assuming no other new people are coming in, but it's going to be a constant revolving door because you're constantly replacing people that are leaving. Right. And this is a common problem with network marketing opportunities.
Yeah.
It's you got to give people a reason to stay.
Yeah.
And I was
gonna say,
got to be able to stand on its own 2 feet.
I was gonna say, like, we just got through telling you that we already know most network marketers won't stay past 90 days, let alone a year. But even still, you saw our shock of seeing how many people drop off in their first year here. Because when you're looking at the year, you're looking at people, yes, people leaving, but like Sunny was just talking about, there will be some people to come in to be able to like fix the percentage a little better. So here's what I mean. If there are, 12 people in this year that end up joining at some point throughout the year, and from month to month, like if one person comes out and then another person comes in, that replaces it, right? So it's like you'll have, maybe more like 30% will drop out their first year, 20% drops out the first year, right? 50% even. But 73, 4 out of 5 people drop out. That's shocking to me.
Yeah, and I gotta remember, this is, when they talk about members, they're talking about like the people in the business.
And probably in this case, they're talking about both the people that don't get paid anything and the people that do get paid.
Yeah, everybody.
So here they're combining everything.
Yeah.
But in the chart, they separated it. There's a reason for that.
Yeah.
Right? They want to make their numbers look as good as they can. And if this is the best they can make them look, we got a problem.
Yeah. Want to finish sharing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a very complex comp plan. It's a very difficult comp plan, top heavy. You just don't need to have such a gap between percentages. 3% to 30% is too large. They can just close that gap some.
Yeah.
And the it doesn't have to be so complicated. Just pay off the volume and pay some bonuses according to.
And I don't want to accuse this company of doing it, but most times when you see a company doing something like this, it's because they already know that they won't have to pay you that. Yeah. So they can say, yeah, if you hit this rank, we'll pay you this much money. And they know that you're not going to hit that rank. So they never have to worry about paying you that money. Yeah. Look at it. Look at all every life coach and above. It is 0.024%. So yeah, there's going to be 100% of the people getting paid, but that's a very small amount of folks. And the question is, how many folks are even here? There's another question. How long has this company been around, and out of up to this particular year, how many people are actively building, growing that are life coaches and above?
Yeah, I'm wondering if the number of people that are in here is somewhere. Would it be somewhere in here? But I don't see anything. No.
Well, you know how some companies be like, look, we've grown to this amount of people. Look at us. So we're on fire. I don't see that here.
And plus, I don't know about the website. Like the website doesn't give you a whole bunch of information. So we don't know how much or what products are going to have certain PV assigned to them. We don't know exact dollar amounts that a person is going to have to spend for you to earn that PV.
Yeah.
What even is the PV of the actual app? Like, I don't even know how the products and services work.
Yeah. And listen, if you find out, like if you're in this company and you don't think that we were fair enough and you want to give us more information, please, by all means, send it to us. We will look it over. We will do a retraction or a revision on this thing. But from what we are seeing, the information that's given to the public, because again, if you have insider information, that means I had to go on the inside first. And this is supposed to be able to be enough information to help me make an informed decision as to whether or not I want to join the company. And based on this, I know for me, I would not. So that's that.
Sure.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for hanging with us. Check the description box. If you want to learn more about how to understand and break down comp plans for yourself so that the next business venture that you get in, for sure, okay, this makes sense to me. This is in alignment with what I'm trying to do and the people that I want to help. And this is the amount of pay that I can see myself earning. Then join us inside the Profitpreneur. It's only $7 a month to get into our mini membership, which is the Profitpreneur Lab. And when you get in, we will be able to teach you various things such as this and a whole lot more. You get a lot of training available to you 24/7, plus live training and coaching, plus critiques on, what you're working on to help you grow, market, and communicate better, and so much more inside of our community. If that weren't enough, we do have an affiliate program attached to it where we pay on 35% commissions, and you can earn up to as high as 7,000 in commissions. That's take home in your pocket. That to me sounds worth it. Now, does everybody make that? No. Can we guarantee that you'll make that? No. Again, FTC requires us to let you know that that's not typical earnings. We cannot guarantee that you will earn that or anything at all. Just like, it was fair in these companies, they had to disclose those same things. We have to say that as well. But we will definitely work with you and put in everything we've got to helping you to be able to go from where you are now to all the places that you wanted to be in your business and be more successful. Okay. So thank you for hanging out with us, and we'll see you in the next video. Share with us in the comments, what's the next comp plan you'd like for us to look at? Let us know. We'll be sure to do it.